Так горит дом. Полчаса не тушили, наконец-то начали тушить.
Hi guys, welcome back to Warthog Defense. I'm Sead. We will show you another huge fire in Moscow, something that we are used to, but most important, we have watched the interview of Tucker Carlson with Putin, and we have the best parts here, since the interview boosted the Russian propaganda narratives. As always, we are here to calm them down.
Huge fire engulfed several residential buildings in Moscow near Airport metro station. Dozens of firefighting vehicles are involved while the roof started collapsing. The cause of the fire is unknown.
Так горит дом. Полчаса не тушили, наконец-то начали тушить. Ну, там уже все, там просто пиздец нашему делу.
And regarding the Tucker Carlson interview with Putin, we've seen it, guys, so you don't have to, unless you need to vomit. No hard questions, no real questions, only a series of history lessons and the same Russian propaganda. But we have the best parts of the interview. Putin mocking Tucker Carlson for getting rejected from joining the CIA might be the only truth spoken by Putin in the 2-hour interview.
With the backing of CIA, of course. The organization you wanted to join back in the day, as I understand. We should thank God they didn't let you in. Although, it is a serious organization. I understand.
This is a hilarious shit show. Putin is now 28 minutes into his history lesson. This is the third time Tucker tries to interrupt, and Putin mocks Tucker for just being an entertainer and not a serious journalist. Tucker tries to fake laugh it off, while Putin emasculates him.
Characterization of what you said?
Я понимаю, что мои длинные диалоги, они...
I understand that my long speeches probably fall outside of the genre of the interview. That is why I asked you at the beginning. Are we going to have a serious talk or a show? You said a serious talk, so bear with me, please. We're coming to the point where the Soviet Ukraine was established.
Putin's answer about Hitler being dead for 80 years was wild.
What do you do about it? I mean, Hitler's been dead for 80 years. Nazi Germany no longer exists. And so, true. And so, I think what you're saying is you want to extinguish or at least control Ukrainian nationalism, but how? How do you do that?
This question appears to be subtle. It is quite pesky. You say Hitler has been dead for so many years, 80 years. In fact, he is still here, alive, through a combination of Russian science and wizardry. He lives beneath us, in the depths of the Kremlin.
Tucker is desperate, trying to get Putin to say he wants peace to fit Tucker's narrative. But Putin makes it clear that he won't even discuss peace terms until the US cuts off aid to Ukraine, forcing them to surrender, which is exactly what Trump said he would do.
And so why don't you just call Biden and say, let's work this out?
What's there to work out? It's very simple. I repeat. We have contacts through various agencies. I will tell you what we are saying on this matter and what we are conveying to the US leadership. If you really want to stop fighting, you need to stop supplying weapons. It will be over within a few weeks. That's it. And then we can agree on some terms. Before you do that, stop. What's easier? Why would I call him?
Putin takes his interpretation of questionable 1,000-year-old scrolls, 13th-century legends, Soviet archives, completely devoid of any nuance, and tries to pull them together as a proper justification for murdering hundreds of thousands of people today. Kinda weak of Tucker to miss the opportunity to ask about this guy's whereabouts. Yes, bro, this totally has nothing to do with you just wanting to become another czar, scared shitless of getting strangled with a pillow. We know who you are, a Chekist, and an embodiment of everything terrible that Russia is known for. Interesting fact check by the Institute for the Study of War about the main points of Russian propaganda, which are spraying in the States and all over the world. Ukraine is not a forever war for the United States because Americans are not fighting this war. Fact, this is not an Arnensen war, it's another nation's war against an American enemy. Ukrainians are fighting this war, not Americans. The US is helping Ukraine tend off the Russian attack to reduce the risk that US will have to fight Russia in the future. A Putin victory over Ukraine would embolden him and encourage him to test America's willingness to defend its NATO allies, increasing the risk of a US-Russia war. Russian victory would also let Russian forces move closer to current NATO borders, forcing the US to commit more troops to the defense of its NATO allies. Ukraine is building up its own military and defense industry to be able to reduce its dependence on the US, and it will be able to do so if the US continues its support. Ukraine already has a significant defense industry and was one of the world's leading weapons suppliers before the Russian invasions, and is investing its own money and attracting foreign investors to dramatically increase this capability. And let's bust more propaganda narratives. Claim: U.S. aid to Ukraine lacks oversight and is being misused because of the corruption in Ukraine. Fact: U.S. oversight is extensive, and Ukrainian government and accountability are extensive and growing. Claim: the United States is giving more support to Ukraine than Europe, and Europe hasn't stepped up. Fact: America's European, Asian, and NATO allies have committed $178 billion to supporting Ukraine, which is more than the U.S. will have committed, counting the aid package currently under consideration. Claim: sending military aid to Ukraine degrades America's military readiness. Fact: sending military aid to Ukraine is enabling the United States to modernize its own military to be better prepared to fight the next war. Claim: the United States is sending Ukraine a blank check. Fact: the United States has not given Ukraine a blank check. Congress has appropriated specific amounts to be used for specific purposes. Both Ukrainian and U.S. officials monitor the aid to ensure that it is used for those purposes. Toothless propagandist Alexander Kotz showcases beauty of liberated Lysychansk nearly 2 years after it was occupied by Russia. Not only they're destroying cities into dust, they can't do anything to restore them.
В Lysychanske, конечно, жить довольно тяжело. Здесь очень плохо с отоплением. Бывает, выключает свет. Главное, здесь нет связи. Ни интернета, ни мобильной связи. Но на улицах установили вот такие таксофоны, по которым можно позвонить по городскому номеру по Lysychansku, а также вызвать экстренные службы. Газовая, скорая помощь, электросеть. Идет гудок.
Thank you. I hope you liked our selection of Tucker Carlson interview with Putin. Stay with Warthog Defense. Comment, like, subscribe, become our member, and stay strong.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.